3rd. About 2:30 on this Tuesday, 2018. Rick Miracle video in the sky, noticing something unusual. Clouds and blue sky. I don't see a single sprayed chemical line in the sky. Pretty blue, like the way God made it. So when they're not spraying, as I've said many times before, they're not spraying. So you can tell when they are spraying here in the mountains of North Carolina. Rick Miracle reporting. July 4th, 2018. They're spraying us like we're bugs on July 4th. No doubt about it. What should be a pretty blue sky is full of these long chemical lines. You'd think that people would be in an uproar. Stop spraying us like we're bugs. I'm not a bug. Are you a bug? Rick Miracle reporting from the mountains of North Carolina. Wake up, America. They shouldn't be dumping these chemicals. Cloud, spray line. Cloud, spray line. Intentional and not incidental, just water vapor. Chemicals. Rick Miracle reporting about 2 o'clock on this Wednesday, July 4th. July 5th. About 4 p.m. on this Thursday. I noticed in the sky, I saw this plane spraying this line a moment ago, and then he turned the nozzle on, as you can see. It's not continuous, and he sprayed this short line and he turned it off, and then I got more of them doing the same thing right now. Obviously not continuous, and line upon line upon line, and you can see how they get thicker as the line unfolds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row there, 6. So I haven't seen this pattern in this place for a while, but apparently they're doing it. There he goes over there, not spraying. There's clouds. So usually the clouds are off towards the north when they're spraying in front. These clouds are coming in from the south, and they're doing this obvious pattern, one on top of the other. And yesterday and the day before there was no spraying at all, so it's not regular air traffic route. And you can see how they spread out so wide. The thin line. So they're painting the sky pasty white with chemicals. Short story. Why and who in the world thinks it can be good for people? I don't. Rick Miracle reporting from the mountains of North Carolina. It's supposed to be pretty blue sky like that. Not painted pasty white like that, obviously. What the heck is going on? July 5th. Rick Miracle video in the sky showing that they are dumping chemicals and painting the sky pasty white on top of the clouds. That's a cloud. That's spray material. There's a plane right there that sprays. You can tell they're huge white tankers, and normal planes fly higher than that. You can't see them. This one's flying right towards that cloud. So it's a specific type of plane, like a KC-32, dumping those chemicals on top of the clouds. You can tell, if you pay attention, Little squirts everywhere. You can see there's no spray lines right here, the way the sky should look. But somebody's doing some geoengineering, because shading the sky with those chemicals certainly has to affect Mother Nature and the weather. Weather control. Rick Merrick over by 5th. About 5 p.m. on this Thursday. Noticing that not too long ago the sky was pretty much like this in the video I just took, but the chemicals they're dumping are blowing this way. So they were coming from the southeast and they're blowing towards the northwest. So just to kind of grasp the situation, that's a lot of chemicals. Obviously not clouds, it's stringy. As you can see, it's blowing this way. It's like a feather on an arrow. And line after line, the jets came by like that straight line, that straight line, that straight line, that straight line, this line. You see how it's blowing apart? That's a lot of chemicals. Obviously getting into the air, i.e. my lungs and my body and everybody else's. Why are they doing this? So it'll continue to blow this way towards Asheville. I'm out in the country. People will probably have their asthma kicked in and other breathing problems. And who knows what else. Spraying on top of the clouds, as you can see. What are they doing in your neighborhood? Rick Miracle, video in the sky so that you can see what I can see. July 5th, oh, 5:19. These guys are busy today spraying. You can watch them coming out one after the other. Unbelievable! But I can video it, so it's believable. It's only started a couple hours ago. It was pretty blue when I took the first video on the 5th of July. You can hear the noise slightly now. And normal jets with passengers fly higher than that. Well, I guess it's this one, this one's taken off from a local airport. That's the noise I heard. And he's not spraying, by the way, FYI. So normal jets don't spray, only these white gigantic tankers. You can get binoculars and see. But I'm just showing you the results of the last couple hours. And looking off towards the northwest, which was blue. The stuff is spraying. It's blowing in the breeze, excuse me. What are they dumping? How can it be good for you and me? And the birds and the bees and the squirrels and the fish and the grass and the trees. It can't. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. July 6th, 9 o'clock in the morning. Rick Miracle here in the mountains of North Carolina. Noticing a seriously foggy sky looking day. Friday morning. But over here, where you can barely see through the fog, clouds too, you can see streaks of sprayed chemicals. Now, if you've ever flown in a plane, you know planes fly over the coverage. They don't fly through the middle of it or below it, like you see here. What the heck are they spraying? And why? Rick Miracle reporting. 6th, Friday, 2018. The big X is in the sky. About 9:20 this Friday morning. And as you can plainly see, chemicals dumped in the sky in the X patterns. If you've been watching my videos, most of the time they're just spraying the material in a particular direction, from east to west or north to south. I guess it's something to do with controlling the weather. But last night was extremely foggy, i.e. humidity, and they're dumping all these chemicals. And I have a slight breathing problem this morning, if you can tell by my voice. So is there a correlation or just a coincidence? What do you think? How could all these chemicals be good for us? Rick Miracle reporting. Well, I thought I'd share a little bit of information about eating healthy. I have a garden this year. This is spaghetti squash. And I have all kinds of pepper plants with hot peppers I've been harvesting. And more spaghetti squash. Cantaloupe here, starting. Small squash here, you can see. There you go. And all kinds of vegetables, salads and beets. We've been harvesting tomatoes galore here. And peppers and peppers and peppers. Different kinds. And so many tomatoes here. I guess they're about ready to start turning red. I've eaten a few of these already. And here we have a lot of squash. We've been picking these every day. And zucchini. And I got 2 buckets of pickles out of these bushes. The day before yesterday. So we got to go buy some vinegar and dill to do something with them. Can't eat buckets and buckets. Over here I got some black beans growing. So I decided to go with the garden this year to eat a little bit of non-GMO food, genetically modified. You got to pay attention to the seeds you buy. So there's the garden with food I've been eating on a regular basis. Besides saving money, is bell pepper here. I got a bunch of these. And we got a row of carrots. Got little gates. We have a lot of rabbits around here. Got some more squash out here. This is the strawberry patch. They produced some strawberries at the beginning of the year. And over here I planted some new blackberry and raspberry bushes. This one's raspberry. And over here, on this fence line of the neighbor's property, we have a plethora of grapes. But over here on my property, where I live, we're about to have blackberries galore. Interestingly enough, we do have 2 apple trees and 1 peach tree over there. That's apple, peach, and apple behind it. But the apples are gone because we have a lot of squirrels around here who have been eating the apples. And the birds and chipmunks and rabbits galore. That's why we had to put up the fence. We have so many rabbits. So meanwhile, here's a plane dumping chemicals. So if you don't have a garden, I would think you're kind of crazy. You're eating the foods from the store that are laden with pesticides, herbicides, genetically modified maybe, preservatives, wax coatings on the vegetables. But if you grow it yourself and you don't put any herbicides or pesticides, you're probably eating a lot healthier. I got a bunch of cayenne peppers here. This bush right here is just full of them. So there you have it. Here's some more bell peppers. I've had gardens before, but this is the biggest one I've had in a couple years. And these are the apple trees, peach tree, which are almost completely gone because the squirrels run up the trees and eat all the apples, and now they're eating the peaches. We did plant a couple new pear trees, small ones, so they'll produce maybe next year. But anyways, in the meantime, they're dumping chemicals in the sky, and I'm having a little difficulty breathing. I woke up about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning wheezing, and I looked outside and it was extremely foggy. Or was it fog? Was it these chemicals? Rick Miracle reporting. July 8th, 2018, Sunday, almost 11 a.m. Something unusual today. No intentional dumping of chemicals in the sky. As you can plainly see, me doing a 360 here in the mountains of North Carolina. Some clouds way over there towards the north. But no spraying, evidence of chemtrails from airplanes anywhere. There's one in the distance. It looks like it might be starting to spray. So we'll see what the day brings. But right now, it's the way Mother Nature made the sky. When there's no clouds, it's pretty blue. But it does look like there might be some evidence off towards the north east of a more of a pasty white sky, so they can't spray everywhere at the same time. Again, we'll see what the day brings. Rick Marrico reporting on this beautiful July day. July 8th, about 11:15. I made a video a little earlier this morning, a few minutes ago, and I said, let's see what the day brings. And so it begins. A short squirt. If the thing will zoom in. Alright, come on, camera. That's odd, it doesn't want to zoom in. But I think you can see the one short squirt in the center of this video. So, I suspect it has begun. And there'll be more. And obvious they're not spraying anywhere else yet on this Sunday. But if you pay attention, you can catch them when they start, what they're doing. Rick Marrico reporting. July 11th, Wednesday morning, 2018. Weirdness in the sky today. Looks like Halloween spray, not clouds. Chemicals dumped in the sky, blowing in the breeze, kind of stringy, as you can see, painting the entire sky pasty white. Why would they do that? What is this stuff? Looks like some kind of sticky Halloween spray. It's not gaseous water vapor, i.e. clouds. You can see it's blowing in the breeze like strings. So on this Wednesday morning, we're being sprayed. Oh my. If you have any doubts, dispel your doubts. Here she goes. Spraying while we watch. The camera is not settling down. Oh my! So that stuff, as thick as it is, being sprayed right now, will blow in the breeze. If you ever seen skywriting, that's what it does after the word has been up there for a while, or the design, like a smiley face or something. The stuff blows apart, just like that. The stuff they dump, the powder, to skywrite. So here you go, you can see they're doing it. and you can see the results. Rick Miracle reporting. Videoing the chemtrails they're dumping in the sky intentionally. Video in the sky so that you can see what I can see. July 11, Wednesday, about 3:30 in the afternoon. Plenty of clouds in the sky. And also clear evidence, non-continuous lines of sprayed chemicals in the sky and dispersed sprayed chemicals, splotches in the sky. So what are they dumping and why? With the weather front coming in. Nothing over here towards the north, but off towards the east. Looks like they're spraying and it's blowing this way. I know in Santa Fe, New Mexico, whenever the weather fronts were coming from the west, they would spray right in front of them like this. I don't know if it's some kind of weather control or just dumping some kind of nasty chemicals in the sky. Rick Miracle reporting from the mountains of North Carolina. July 12th, 7 o'clock in the morning. Strange looking overcast, which appears to be just dumped chemicals. You can see in it the faint lines of chemtrails. Intentional dumping in the sky. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. You can see it. So, if I'm correct, a lot of what we see in the sky right now, on this morning with the sun rising, are these chemicals. That can't be good. There's more evidence of faint lines that I can see. So what in the world is going on? Here's some more. That would cause them to be dumping that much stuff in the sky. What? I'm telling you now, it's just seemingly insane when you think about it. There's a little hummingbird just floating in the air. Guess he's probably catching bugs. Anyways, Thursday morning here in the mountains of North Carolina, hummingbirds and all. Dumping chemicals in our sky, blocking the morning sun and the mountain views. What do you think? Are you thinking? Rick Miracle reporting. July 13th, Friday. Friday the 13th. Rick Miracle video in the sky noticing seemingly evidence of chemtrail lines, dumped chemicals in the sky, along with clouds. But if you look between the clouds, you can recognize the telltale signs of intentionally dumped planefuls of chemicals. You can see the twisty turns in the powder. Of course, if you don't want to see it, you're not going to. But you can tell it's not clouds, it's not puffy and gaseous. Looks like Halloween spray. So it looks to me like there's a lot of dumped chemicals on top of these clouds, this weather front. Chemicals getting into the air, into the water. Why do you suppose they're doing that? You can see the straight lines. Straight lines everywhere you look, blowing apart. So there you have it, from here in the mountains of North Carolina. Rick Mariko reporting, video in the sky so that you can see what I can see.